Richard Lee and Tom Mullins are with us, and who was it just said before each great movement there's a tribulation period?
Yeah, true. I mean, biblically and historically, before any great movement, any great display of God, there was always this time of tribulation, a great time of challenge. You know, being an old football coach, Glenn, you know, we taught our players all the time, guys, if you're not willing to go through the sacrifice and the pain, you'll never succeed with anything. Praise God, our founders understood that. They went through that. And even with these days, there are going to be some great sacrifice that we're all going to have to face here, and that you're already experiencing in your life, your family life, that's coming against you. And all who stand for this are going to have to endure that. But as we endure together, I'm convinced that there are great days ahead, and there will be breakthroughs.
So too, but I have to tell you, I wonder, the word sunshine patriots come to mind. I wonder how many people at this point say, yeah, I'm willing. But America, for a long time, really since the Civil Rights Movement, has not had to struggle hard. Struggle is like, what do you mean I can't get my cell phone? What do you mean the cable's not going to be here until Tuesday? That's not struggle.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Do you really believe that there's enough?
Struggle makes you learn why you believe what you believe. You believe certain things, but until you go through the struggle, you don't know why you believe it. And that's one of the things the founders did, is they had concept of liberty, but until they had to fight for it,
does it help to say, because I've been saying for maybe 3 years, you've got to prepare yourself. I see people as on the decks of the Titanic, and the Titanic is going down, and everybody's in the parlor or downstairs, and they're saying, it's an unsinkable ship. America, it'll never happen here. Damn it, people. The boat is sinking.
Yeah.
Now, we can get out onto the deck, and we can prepare, but is there a way to prepare people so when they come streaming out those doors, the people who have been standing on the deck are prepared to not say, I told you so, and now you want a boat, that they have love and peace in their hearts, and they say, get in the boat, brother. Glad you're here.
Two things. Number one, every time, Glenn, I see soldiers come home, I know there comes a patriot. There comes somebody who's going to vote right. Not Republican or Democrat, he's going to vote for America. So all of these boys who've been overseas, just like our fine veterans of World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, I'll bet you that 90% of them are conservatives. I mean, they're conservative because they've been there. So all these soldiers that are coming home, that's why the liberals don't want them voting over there, because they know they're conservatives. So you have that element. If you raise up the pulpits of America just to be, you know, we talk about...
Will they do it? I mean, let me just say this. Let me say this. You know, the one thing that the Southern Baptists, I don't mean this as a slam, that the Baptists and Southern Baptists don't have is a collective. And so you're out on your own. You know this because you said some things that were unpopular, and you lost 3/4 of your church. Now, somebody who lives on tithing, and if they lose 3/4 of the church, are they going to have the character and the will to say, you know what, if I'm broke and the church goes down, we'll start again. This is the right thing to do.
Preachers had 2 jobs anyway. The preaching wasn't a full-time job. And Carl was a tent maker himself. And there's a lot of guys who want to go back and get a job and tell the truth. And where we used to see 50, 70 preachers in a briefing, we're now seeing 700, 800, 900 preachers come to a briefing. I've never seen an explosion like we have of people wanting to stand up and get a backbone. So I'm really encouraged. Now, it takes a while to trickle.
There is a movement afoot, and there are ministers meeting together, and we're trying to stimulate this both on the local levels and regional levels and now national levels. And Glenn, I'm convinced that God is using you, as my brother said, as a voice to help call us together.
I'm a little uncomfortable here on this hour. I've been really uncomfortable because he's using all of us.
Yes.
I mean, every person was born at this time for a reason.
You're the leader too. Now tell me what you were talking about, Glenn, as far as Southern Baptist goes. I am one.
No, I don't. What I meant was, you are each church, as I understand it. Maybe I'm wrong. Each church is independent.
Yeah.
So you don't have. If you go down, you don't have the big. You don't have the Vatican saying, "Don't worry, don't worry, stand your ground. I got the money coming for you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to worry about. Okay, well, how am I going to survive? How am I going to keep the doors open?
We're not going to worry as Southern Baptists because most, 90% of us...
You know that I don't mean that as a...
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, okay.
But 90% of us are conservatives. So,
and they're going to stand anyway.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
The more we preach, the more people come to our church because they're hungry.
Well, I personally think that... personally, I think that's what I think that's why so many churches, their roles dwindle because they don't stand for anything. And again, that's what I was saying earlier. I can do that in my sweatpants while watching HBO on Sunday morning. Well, listen, I need somebody who's going to say, damn it, this is wrong.